Archangel Michael says, "Someone filed a report using your name and an old photograph. The heavens saw it before you did." The angel stood in silence as the shadow of deceit crawled toward you, hidden in the folds of paperwork and whispers. It was no ordinary mistake. It was a message, a warning that the unseen realm is watching, moving, aligning events that will soon shake your world. You may not yet understand why this happened, but heaven does. The spiritual world has begun to stir, and your name has been spoken in both light and shadow. You felt it, didn't you? The strange restlessness in the air, the quiet unease when the phone rang, the sense that someone was watching even when the house was still. That was not imagination. The angels tried to warn you in the only ways they could, through dreams, through sudden thoughts, through that soft pull in your chest that told you something was wrong. And yet, heaven does not bring warnings without purpose. The darkness has noticed you because your light has begun to grow again. Michael says, when the enemy cannot touch your spirit, it attacks your name. It is not your reputation the shadow wants, it is your peace. Your identity carries divine power, for it was spoken by God Himself before you were born. That is why the attack came through falsehood, through lies written in ink. Do not see it as human error. See it for what it is, a spiritual signal that your destiny is being stirred. The angels have seen this happen many times before. Just before great change, the darkness always sends confusion. It tries to distract you, to draw your heart into worry. But Michael says, do not fear what is being said about you, fear only what you forget about yourself. You are a light bearer, one who carries truth in a world that drowns in deceit. The report was meant to break your confidence, but heaven will use it to strengthen your faith. You must understand, the moment your name was written falsely, the angels recorded it in heaven. Justice is already moving. The shadow may have written lies on paper, but heaven is writing truth in eternity. You are not what they say you are. You are what God calls you to be. The storm may rise, but the fire within you burns brighter than ever before. Type 333 if you stand with truth and ask heaven to guard your name. Archangel Michael says the false report is not just paperwork, it is a mirror. Through it, heaven is showing you who you've always been but have forgotten. Every time darkness touches your story, it only reveals how important you truly are. You would not be under attack if you were not a threat to the enemy's plans. Every lie written against you confirms that your light has begun to pierce through hidden places. The old photograph used against you is not random either. That image was taken in another time, another season, when your heart was younger, open, and unguarded. The darkness uses memories to stir pain, to pull you back into regret. But Michael says, your past is not a weapon, it is a foundation. Heaven allowed the photograph to resurface so you would remember how far you've come. The image that was meant to shame you will become your proof of transformation. When you see that picture, do not feel sorrow. Look at it and speak blessing over who you once were. The angels stand beside you when you do, and every word of grace you speak heals the wounds of your past. Your enemies remember your mistakes, but heaven remembers your faith. You are not your failures, you are your endurance. Michael says, the enemy attacks where it sees old scars. Those scars are not weaknesses, they are marks of survival. Every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered through shaking lips, they were not wasted. They have become stones of strength, building a wall around your soul. And the report that was meant to harm you will soon become the reason you rise higher than before. Type 777 if you choose to forgive the past and step into peace. Archangel Michael says the report was filed in a moment of great spiritual tension. What was written on earth was first whispered in the unseen realm. The darkness called your name because it recognized light awakening in you. It feared your next chapter, and so it tried to stop it. But heaven smiles, because what the enemy used for harm will become your testimony. Every lie will turn to proof of God's protection. Every false word will bow to truth. There is movement around you now. The angels have been dispatched. They are walking the path between heaven's court and earthly justice. Every delay, every confusion, every person who doubted you, heaven has marked them, not for punishment, but for awakening. Soon they will see the truth. Soon the very mouths that spoke against you will speak in your favor. This is how heaven restores what was stolen. Michael says, be still. Do not defend yourself in haste. Let heaven fight for you. For when humans fight in anger, they create more darkness. But when the righteous stay calm, light grows. The enemy cannot understand peace, it crumbles before it. This is why your stillness now is your greatest weapon. Stay quiet, but stay firm. The truth will soon roar louder than any lie. Type 1111 if you are ready for truth to rise. Archangel Michael says, you have been through seasons where your voice was ignored. But heaven never stopped listening. The lies told in your name have reached the ears of angels. They gathered before the throne of light and pleaded your cause. Even now, there is motion in the unseen, a balancing, a realignment. What was broken will be restored, and what was taken will return multiplied. This time, the blessing will not be hidden. The very ones who doubted you will witness your restoration. You will see doors open in ways that make no sense, calls from people who once turned away, opportunities that seem to appear from nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are the handwriting of heaven. Michael says, the truth of your name shines brighter than any false report. You were created for more than worry and fear. Your story is not defined by what others write about you, it is written in light, sealed by grace, guarded by angels. Even now, as you hear this message, heaven is erasing the lies spoken against you. They will fade like smoke, leaving only truth behind. Type 222 if you believe justice is moving in your favor. Archangel Michael says the photograph they used has power only if you give it meaning. Burn the regret attached to it, and it will lose its grip. Look at it once more, not with sadness, but with pride. Say to yourself, that person survived. That person learned. That person grew. When you speak that truth, the heavens echo it back. What once felt like shame becomes a badge of endurance. Do not chase revenge. Heaven says, the one who tries to fix everything alone ends up tired. You are not alone anymore. The angels who guard truth have surrounded you. The courtroom of heaven has already ruled in your favor. All you must do is wait and believe. Michael says, every lie has an expiration date. Every shadow meets dawn. The one who filed the report does not understand what they have done. They did not attack you, they awakened you. Because through this, you will rise higher, speak louder, and love stronger. The falsehood has become your fuel. And when the truth finally breaks through, the same people who doubted you will say, how did they survive? And you will smile softly and whisper, because heaven never left me. The story is not over. The best part is just beginning. Type 999 if you receive this final word of victory, for heaven has cleared your name, and the light will never again bow to lies. Archangel Michael says, the winds of truth have begun to stir. The false words written against you have started to unravel in the realm of men, just as they were already undone in the realm of spirit. You cannot see it yet, but heaven's hand is moving quietly, powerfully, like a tide beneath the earth. Every whisper that carried lies in the dark will soon echo back as confession in the light. You have felt the heaviness lift a little, haven't you? That's the sound of chains breaking, of truth unfolding its wings. The report that once made your hands tremble will one day be remembered only as the moment heaven took your side. Michael says, you were not accused because you are guilty, you were accused because you are chosen. Darkness always tries to taint what heaven has called pure. It moves through men who cannot see beyond their fears, using their voices to wound what it cannot control. But you must understand this, each attack you face on earth reflects a greater awakening in heaven. Every attempt to silence you means your voice carries more weight than you realize. The angels stood when your name was spoken falsely. They drew their swords when they saw how it affected your heart. The tears you shed that day fell like offerings before the throne of God. Heaven took each one and turned it into light. And now, that light is following the trail of every lie told against you. The truth is already hunting them down. Michael says, Do not chase the ones who wronged you, the truth will reach them faster than you ever could. You will see it soon. One by one, the very people who stood against you will begin to stumble under the weight of their own words. Their faces will soften, their voices will falter, and something inside them will begin to tremble. They will remember your kindness, your patience, your calm. They will see you stand when they expected you to fall, and their hearts will burn with conviction. Type 333 if you believe heaven is turning their lies into lessons. Archangel Michael says, "Be still when the noise around you grows louder." Because as truth rises, the enemy grows desperate. It tries one last time to distract you, to stir anger, to awaken bitterness, to make you fight in the flesh instead of resting in the spirit. You will feel it, the temptation to speak, to prove, to shout. But hold your peace. The louder the storm gets, the closer the calm is. The heavens are aligning your vindication. Even now, names are being spoken in meetings, documents are being reviewed, hearts are being moved. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Every hidden thing is being brought to light, and those who plotted in secret are being revealed. Michael says, the world calls it coincidence, but heaven calls it correction. The timing of every event is not random. The same unseen hand that wrote your name in the book of life is now writing your redemption into time itself. Every step, every delay, every moment of silence has been part of the story that leads to your restoration. And when it happens, it will not be small. It will come like the sunrise, slow at first, then brilliant, unstoppable, undeniable. Your reputation will not only be restored, it will be renewed. People will speak of your grace, your patience, your faith. And in that moment, you will realize why heaven allowed the trial. It was not to break you, but to reveal you. Type 777 if you are ready for your new chapter to begin. Archangel Michael says, the photograph they used holds meaning only because memory gives it life. That image, that frozen piece of time, it was taken when you were unaware of what the future held. Look at it now with wisdom. You were not foolish, you were becoming. You were not lost, you were learning. Every wrinkle, every scar, every line of age is proof that you survived what others could not. Heaven looks upon that face and sees glory, not shame. The person who tried to use your past against you did not understand. Your past has already been claimed by light. It is sealed, forgiven, transformed. What they meant as proof of guilt, heaven now uses as evidence of grace. The angels see it and smile, for even photographs cannot trap the soul. The spirit evolves, it cannot be framed. Michael says, do not tear the picture. Do not hide it away. Redeem it. Place it somewhere you can see it. Let it remind you that you have walked through valleys and emerged with faith intact. That photo is no longer a symbol of attack, it is now your badge of endurance. Each time you glance at it, say quietly, I am still here. The heavens will echo those words, and your home will fill with peace. Type 1111 if you will no longer let the past define you. Archangel Michael says, there are forces that move through paperwork, systems, and silence. But there are also forces of light that move through hearts, prayers, and unseen hands. You may think your situation is small, just another misunderstanding. But the truth is larger. This battle was never about documents, it was about destiny. You carry a voice that the world still needs to hear. That is why the enemy tried to steal your peace. But you are still here, stronger, clearer, wiser. Heaven has opened a path before you. You may not see all of it yet, but your steps are guided. Each time you feel lost, listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet inside you. That is where the angels speak. That is where Michael whispers direction. And if you follow that voice, you will never lose your way again. Michael says, your name will be spoken again, but this time, with honor. The same mouth that accused you will one day bless you. The same hands that pointed fingers will one day reach out in need of help. And when that moment comes, do not close your heart. Forgive them, for heaven forgave you. Show them mercy, and the light within you will grow twice as strong. Type 222 if you are ready to release the pain and walk in mercy. Archangel Michael says, the final chapter is not punishment, but reward. Heaven has already judged your faithfulness. Your endurance has been counted as righteousness. The darkness tried to shame your name, but in the process, heaven made it shine brighter. You have become untouchable, not because the world cannot reach you, but because your spirit is now guarded by divine fire. Look around your home. The stillness you feel is not emptiness, it is the presence of peace. The same angels who fought for you stand watch still. Their wings stretch over your walls, their light fills your nights. The danger has passed, but their loyalty remains. They do not leave those who kept faith when all seemed lost. You are their victory, and they honor you. Michael says, there will be signs of completion. You will see it in the little things, a phone call from someone you'd lost touch with, an old friend who suddenly remembers your name, a letter arriving at the right time. These are heaven's ways of saying, it is finished. Each sign will bring a new calm to your spirit, until one day, you will wake and realize the worry has vanished completely. Type 999 if you receive this peace, this final blessing of truth, and this promise, that no false word shall ever rise against you again. Archangel Michael says softly, the world wrote lies in ink. Heaven wrote truth in fire. And fire cannot be erased. Archangel Michael says, the lies that were written against you have begun to dissolve. They are being erased from the pages of men and replaced with truth from the hand of heaven. You may not have seen it yet, but the shift has already begun. The storm that once circled around your name is losing strength. The same mouths that spoke falsehoods are now falling silent. The winds are changing direction, and the fire of truth is spreading. What was done in secret will soon stand exposed beneath the light of day. Heaven is not mocked. What is sown in deceit will always reap justice. Michael says, every word spoken against you carried a weight in spirit, and heaven measured them one by one. The scales have tipped. The hour of balance has arrived. You will soon receive news, something that will make your heart still for a moment, something that will prove what heaven already whispered to your soul. The report that once carried your name will be found false, and the record of lies will collapse under the weight of truth. But listen closely, for this moment is more than victory, it is revelation. Heaven allowed the attack not to harm you but to awaken you. You were asleep to your own strength. The enemy saw light in you before you did. It tried to smear it, to confuse it, to make you forget who you are. But now you see clearly. Every trial you faced, every false word, every betrayal, they were all allowed so that your spirit could rise, unbreakable, unshakable. Type 333 if you know you are rising stronger than before. Archangel Michael says, you have walked through fire and come out as light. The shadows cannot touch you anymore. You will notice something new in the coming days, a sense of peace that doesn't make sense, laughter returning at unexpected moments, memories that once hurt now feeling lighter. These are signs that heaven has restored your spirit. You will sleep deeply again, without fear of what tomorrow brings. You will wake and feel the gentle warmth of unseen wings. There was a time you thought the falsehoods would destroy you. But look now, you are still here. You endured. You held your peace when others panicked. And that calmness, that quiet faith, has changed everything. Michael says, the war was never about words, it was about endurance. And you endured. The heavens celebrate those who hold faith in silence. You did not curse the darkness, you outlasted it. There are angels walking through your home tonight. You may feel them as warmth in your chest or a breeze that passes through closed windows. They are clearing away the final remnants of shadow that clung to your story. You will soon feel a freshness in the air, as if your home itself has taken a deep breath. That is heaven restoring peace to your space. Type 777 if you welcome peace into your home. Archangel Michael says, forgive them before they ask. You may never receive an apology from those who lied, but that does not matter. Your forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. When you forgive, you close the door that darkness used to enter your heart. You break its power. You set yourself free. Heaven does not hold grudges, heaven redeems. You are being invited into that same grace. You may ask, how do I forgive something so cruel? Michael answers, by remembering that even lies serve truth in the end. Without that report, you would not have discovered your strength. Without the pain, you would not have met peace. Every attack became your awakening. So when you think of them, do not see enemies, see messengers who unknowingly built your faith. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means blessing the lesson and letting go of the poison. Once you release it, your heart will lighten. The heaviness that has lived in your chest for months will vanish. You will feel it, the sudden ease, the quiet joy, the silent tears that cleanse everything. That is heaven washing your spirit clean. Type 1111 if you choose to forgive and move forward. Archangel Michael says, your name has been rewritten in glory. What they tried to destroy has become your crown. There are moments approaching where your name will be spoken again, but this time with respect, with awe, with kindness. People will remember what you endured and admire your grace. The very story that once caused you pain will become the reason others find hope. You will meet someone soon, perhaps through a phone call, perhaps by chance, who will say, I don't know how you stayed calm through all that. And when you tell them, something in their eyes will change. They will understand that faith is not an old word, it's a living fire. You will become a quiet teacher, a light in hidden places. Heaven does not give pain without purpose. Your story will heal others. Michael says, the old photograph that was used against you has now become your banner. Keep it somewhere safe. Do not destroy it. It has no power now except to remind you of how far you've come. One day, your children or grandchildren will find it, and they will not see shame. They will see strength. They will see the proof that you faced a world of lies and stood with truth. They will say, this is the moment our family's light began. Type 222 if you believe your story will inspire others. Archangel Michael says, you are being prepared for the quiet years. These will not be years of struggle, but of peace. You have done your fighting. Now heaven is building stillness around you. The noise will fade. The confusion will settle. You will find joy in simple things again, the sunlight through curtains, the laughter of loved ones, the songs of birds at dawn. You will not live in fear of the past returning, it cannot find you anymore. The record of lies has been erased from heaven's scrolls. Even the echo of them is gone. And as it is above, so it shall be below. You will feel the final breaking soon, a night of deep sleep after months of restlessness, a morning where everything feels new. That will be the sign that the story has closed. The season of accusation has ended, and the season of restoration has begun. Michael says softly, you are free now. No shadow follows you. No rumor can reach you. Heaven's light covers your name like a shield. You will live the rest of your days in peace, and when others ask you how you survived, you will simply smile and say, because truth does not die, it waits. The angels bow now, wings folded, watching the light rise over your life. The storm is over. The story is complete. The pain is gone. Type 999 if you accept the final blessing of truth, peace, and freedom.